Good morning, and so we are here at the garden in Abra, and we will do some cleaning today because my garden have already been overgrown by some plants. And so this is a barren land before, but then I started to garden this one last year, and with the help of my mother-in-law. Well, I'm already married, by the way. It's been a long time. So yeah, here we were able to establish this garden, and I originally wanted this garden to be like forest. It's like a forest now, but then I want to plant something. I want to plant more flowers, so I have to make space for them. Alright, so you can see. Anyway, I want to show you my flowers now, and like, wow, here it is. Ta-da! So it's early in the morning, and I'm inspecting some of my flowers here. These are zinnia. So we have two varieties of zinnia here, the zinnia Sweetland Scarlet, and this is the Sweetland Rose zinnia. And beside them is a wilting zinnia, and oh my, I'm so sad about this one because this is already the third plant, healthy plant, that just instantly wilted within like a day, and I don't really know the problem. So I asked AI, I asked ChatGPT based on the pictures here, what could be the problem, and it says most probably it's a wilting disease from the soil because my, there is a fungus there that is ruining the vascular part of the flower. So as you can see, the leaves are wilting even though the roots are healthy up down here, and there are some browning in the stem. Anyway, we will not go into that. So yeah, here is another plant that is affected. So as you can see, this is just one plant and it's very healthy, and I would be really sad if it would be like this too. So a branch of it is already wilting, so I need to cut that out later so that it would not spread. Oh, here is a tiny sunflower that has been feasted on by grasshopper. Anyway, so this is the first flower garden that I've planted. I have really failed so much for the past months because it has been dry and there's no water, and most especially because my soil is clay. Okay, you cannot see it now because it just rained yesterday, and this part of the garden was really amended with a lot of organic materials. So yes, okay, look at those flowers, aren't they adorable? Okay, there's such beauties in here. Wow. So some of these are actually two plants. Those with more flowers are two plants. So I've planted them in bundle, and with the lesser flower, they are just one plant. All right. So here is an example of the flower, the cosmos. Wow, so cute. But then it's been raining heavily for the past days, so it's been affecting the flower of this. As you can see, natumba sila. Yeah. All right. So more Sweetland uh, rose here. They're so beautiful. Now that I'm seeing this garden, I wish I have planted more. They bring a lot of vibrance to the garden. Ayan. Okay, wow. Oh, it's so green, but yes, that's because of course the weeds have overgrown also. But we've just removed the weeds like about 2 weeks ago, and it rained again, so they're here again. Yes, those weeds. I have uncle there who will be cleaning this one because I don't have much time now. I have a baby, by the way. an infant. So this kind of task, I couldn't do it alone, so I need help. Anyway, kumusta naman kayo? How have you been? I hope life has been well, and even if not so, I hope you are still doing well. Let's look at our cucumber. So wild cucumber, it's also been attacked by pests. So I'll show you the pest of the cucumber. Yan, can you see the pest? Oh, that's the pest of the cucumber. They will eat the flowers and the leaves and then bring bacterial disease, that one. Okay, so what I did every morning, I would come here and would catch them manually. Oh, got away. Oops. Alright, maybe later, I don't care. So if your plant is affected by this pest, they would really perform poorly, just like this one. Look at this. Look at the fruit of this cucumber. They're all deformed. Okay, here is a decent cucumber. This one. Oh, here the pest is here. So what I do, I behead them. I'm really angry at this pest. Oh, especially during the dry season. Their population is really prolific. Here is another one here. Okay. Anyway, that's what I do every morning. I'm trying to save my cucumbers here before too. As you can see, this is an upo, and they've been munching on the leaves, so the leaves would look like this, and there they are. Oh, they are really finishing out this plant. Here's another pest. Anyway, I'm already tired trying to kill off this pest manually because it takes time. Okay, so I'll just let them. My sunflowers have already dried. Okay, but they're really beautiful. This is the late flowering stage of this zinnia. It's been flowering for like 2 months. So prolific. Okay, and here is another zinnia, a dwarf one. I think this is Profusion Gomphrena. Another Profusion mix. You know, this red is really deep. It's like crimson or something. And this is my favorite garden bed. As you can see, here is prolific part of my garden. I have already harvested the first fruits of this, and now they're all they are fruiting again. Okay, one, those one. Okay. And I have a watermelon here, and I was so heartbroken last week because the watermelon that I have, the fruit that I have been taking care of in here every morning. I'm here every morning to take out the pest of this watermelon, the one I showed you in the cucumber. And then the next day I found out it was a,
Oh no.
feast on by, I don't know what.
Oh no.
I wasn't able to taste that. Oh no. So there's another one here. But we will remove this corn. They did not develop enough cob, so I don't bother harvesting them. They're not good. We have Thai basil here. I would love to plant more Thai basil because they flower early, and the flowers, these ones, they actually attract a lot of beneficial insect for the garden. And where are my tomatoes? I cannot even see the tomatoes because the peanut is even taller than the tomato. So the tomato is struggling to grow and take fruit. I have an okra here. Oh, so we can harvest this fruit of the okra, and look at the flower. It's so beautiful. Wow. Ganda. Ayan. The eggs just hatched. Hello, mother hen. Oh no, there are still 6 eggs, but the hen is not brooding. So here is uncle helping me to carbonize that rice hull. So luckily we have a lot of rice hull here. Because what I really learned during my early days of gardening here is that I have killed more plants than I have, transplanted successfully in the garden. And that's because I just took the pure soil here and then planted seeds. Then I wonder, why is the seed so stunted? It's not growing. The leaves are yellowing, and that is because the roots cannot breathe in the soil. So we need some aeration, and that aeration is given by the carbonized rice hull. So here is another garden I did with my husband. So we put a lot of leaves in here, rice straw, a lot of organic materials. Of course we have zinnias again here. And look at that! The flower of the eggplant. So lovely. I really love it. And beside it, I have planted some cosmos. They are still young. I have some plants here too in the front yard. Oh, do excuse the messiness of this area. So this is just grass before, and I want some plants in here too. And these are all flowers. They're still growing because I just planted them a few days ago. I have a watermelon there. I don't know if it would thrive because this area doesn't receive enough sun. Here is cucumber. Wow. There is a pest there again. Damn this pest. Oops. Red flu. And this garden here. Oh no. Look at those zinnia. Did you know that these zinnias are supposed to be larger than that? Kawawa naman siya. Oh, poor guy. Sorry for your um struggle. You're not receiving enough sun for you to set buds. Okay, I have a pepper here. I don't know what happened to this, this healthy pepper, and this one day I came in here and it was snipped off of vegetation. I think a goat came in this area and just ate the eggplant. Well, luckily it bounced back, so it produced, shoots, side shoots. There's a bumblebee! Oh no, this bumblebee. Oh, a bumblebee. Wow. Oop. Those are very important insects here in the garden. Punta na siya dun. Okay, let him pollinate my vegetables. And here we are finding some gems here. Oh, so there's a big eggplant. Wow, look at that, perfect. No disease, no damage. Oh, there's a bit of damage because it's been sitting here for too long.
Genie watermelon.
Ganyan. I'm gonna hold this eggplant. You just walk up. Oh. Ah! It hasn't been washed yet. Oh, there's another gem. Nagtatago dun. Ooh. Ang tigas naman nito.
Chicken stem na.
Okay. Ang liit pa niya eh. Alright. I don't know if this is the Ilocos round or the Aurora. Same. Wow, beautiful. Okay, compared to this, it's still small. Oops. Beautiful harvest day while waiting for the others to grow. Garden update, late afternoon, 5:45. Hindi pa natapos yung ating carbonized rice hull. It would take a while. And let's look at our garden that's already been cleaned by Uncle. And ta-da! Sunflower, so big. Yeah. Dry na siya. Another sunflower here. And I really love the zinnia at this time, this hour, because the sunlight from there makes it more luminous and it glows under the sun. Aren't they gorgeous? Just really love looking at them. We have peanuts here. I decided to remove all of them because they are really taking up so much space from the garden. They haven't really matured fully because I think they still need at least 2 months. But yeah, they're already acting as weeds, so I have to uproot them now. Look at this. This is the second row, and now we could walk in this pathway between the first and the second row. And yeah, now we can finally see the calamansi. So they are flowering. It's really taking them long to flower and fruit because they are being shaded by all of the vegetation here before. So as you can see now, it's much clearer. Yes, it really looks like an agroforestry garden, right? Because that's my original plan. Like, I want to improve the soil in this lot by planting shrubs, trees, fruit trees, banana, and but then, okay, all of that changed. But I still want to make this foresty. This is candy cane zinnia. It's already starting to bloom and could have bloomed earlier, much sooner, if it wasn't shaded by the peanuts. And now they have more room to photosynthesize and make more flowers, just like with that okra there. And yeah, we have another zinnia here. Oh, they're so beautiful. Okay, we have the pigeon pea. At the end, I've tasked Uncle to put this fence over here so that I can let the chickens out in this area. Okay, so they can scratch some soil, especially the hen. Feed her babies with grubs and insects and worms in here, right? So they won't be stressed just being caged in the chicken coop. All right. These trellis, I find it funny because this trellis was made like 6 months ago, last year, December, and until now, it was not yet fully utilized because the climbing vegetables like the ampalaya, bitter gourd, that I have planted here before did not really thrive because it was during the drought season or the dry season. So well, they were not able to climb and they just died. Even the trellis there, look at this trellis here. It's only now that they are okay being utilized for the climbing beans here. Okay, let's just take a walk in the garden. So have bananas, cassava. Oh, this one is sorghum. This is the only one that thrived during the drought season. I've planted a lot of them in this row because I want them to improve the soil with the roots. My plan is to fill this whole row with sorghum. With this one, this is grass-like. This is an edible grain. It's an ancient grain, okay, and it's extremely drought tolerant. Yeah, and my plan is when they fill this row entirely, after they've grown the tall, okay, I would just cut them and leave the roots in the soil, and that would really improve the soil structure for my future plants. So that's what I think, that's what I'm gonna do, because it's already clean now. And also in this area, my fourth and fifth row, we have kalunay, or this is amaranth. Yeah, it's a good vegetable. It tastes like spinach, and it doesn't have a strong taste really. So it's good for stir fry and pangsagpao, iti sabsabaw. Yeah. Finally, we have our tomatoes here. They already have a breathing room with the peanuts gone. So I hope they would take fruit next month or maybe this month. And we have fruit trees. You know, I've planted fruit trees here. This is avocado. And some of the fruit trees have already died. This is the only watermelon that was able to survive from the pest and the drought. Okay, so it spread until here and then until there, and now it's already fruiting. Because as I've told you before, the first fruit that I thought I would be able to taste and harvest was suddenly feasted on by the insects, or I don't know, the grubs in the soil. Let's look at the chicken. Last one. Look at those chicks. They're so cute. They are running. Oops. Don't run away from mama. There they are. Oh, so cute, you. Oop. Wow. There are 9 chicks. I hope this year I would be more successful in gardening because, you know, I spent a lot financially, honestly, financially, with labor and materials and tools that are needed for this garden. I've invested a lot, not just time, effort, you know, sweat, whatever. I invested a lot here. That's why I hope I would be successful this year. And what I really want to be successful on this year would be the melons, the cucumber, because I love cucumbers. But then look at this cucumber. I was able to harvest some fruit from here, but they don't look really well and they taste bitter because the cucumber was stressed by the drought, the dry season, the heat, and at the same time, most especially these pests in here. Oh my goodness, they are the bane of my existence. Damn you, pest. But that's how nature works. We cannot really eliminate pests. We will just work with the, you know, setbacks, the challenges of gardening, because at the end of the day, it's rather fulfilling. especially if you see some plants thriving. Even though you've planted at least 100 seedlings in this garden or in your garden, if a few of them would survive, even just maybe 5 plants, that's already fulfilling. Yeah, it makes my heart flatter, to see flowers like this finally blooming. Because you know what? Out of maybe 100 seedlings of cosmos, this is cosmos, yeah? Look at this. These are the only ones thriving from that batch of 100 seedlings. Okay, 1, 2. Only 2, really. I have transplanted a lot in here last month. But then, of course, it's survival of the fittest. So, the strongest would... The only survivor would be the strongest, right? Okay. I think I've said enough, and I rather end this before I would start blabbering again, talking non-stop. But yeah, if you've reached this minute, okay, this part of the video, well, congratulations. I think you are patient. You are a good listener. Lol. I just want to stay here, grab some coffee or tea, just stay here, sit here, think about my future plans for this garden, and enjoy the view of this beauties. Wow. It's hard to wake up in the morning, but if I know I have this kind of view in the morning, I'd rather be here drinking a cup of tea or coffee, yeah, to start my day bright. Hello, here they are. The flowers would look more beautiful with Gayan. Oh, show him the flowers. Show him the beauty of the zinnia. Okay, you inspect. Wow! Ilang nagpunutan na. That's okay. There are a lot of flowers. If you've watched the video till the end, well, thank you. If not, maybe come back later. Charing. Or some other days. Anyway, if you didn't, hi.